Mute. And we'll get going. Good. Isn't she so beautiful? Are you looking at Ruby? So beautiful. You guys are just like looking. Sorry. That was how I feel inside. It's this microphone drives me freaking nuts. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Hope it wasn't too traumatizing for you.
Was a little scary.
What'd you say? It's a magnet. So, do you want to open? Feel free if you want to open. I am not particular, so whatever you like. Thank you. All right, friends, welcome. Thank you for being here. Quick announcements before we start. I am beginning my weekly sound bath today. So if any of you just have time after class that you want to stick around, 11 to 11:45 every Thursday. I'll be just doing straight sound. So it won't be yoga, it will just be sound. And I'll do it today for Shavasana, but maybe I'm going to stop doing it in Shavasana and you have to come to my class. I don't know. You can tell me how you feel about that because I know it's like a long time if you have to stay that long. But I just hope people come. Let's see. So that, and then I have my frequency class this Saturday. It's breath and sound. And for that one, I don't do the sound. I have somebody come. His name is Brady. He's amazing. He does all sorts of things, handpan, tabla drums, harmonica, he sings, he does like cajon drums. So during the breath work, both of us are drumming on top of the music, and then for the sound part, he's doing just like ambient sound that he's looping in front of you, and you're just kind of laying there and taking it in. So that's this Saturday, and then next Saturday is my embodiment class, which is very similar, but the biggest difference is there's yoga in the beginning of that one. So it's like 45 minutes or so of movement and yoga, and then breath work, and then I do my own sound with my bowls and stuff. So any questions? Okay. And I know that some people don't enjoy this. So if you are one of those people and during Shavasana it irritates you, you're more than welcome to, like, I'm not offended if you need to plug your ears. I see people do it all the time. And if you can't, if it's like too much, somebody told me she thinks it's worse than waterboarding. So if it's that bad for you, then you can leave. You can leave. I won't be offended either. So totally fine. All right, let's just do the thing. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. Maybe even if you are there, you want to just move a little bit, feel around a little bit, stretch, wiggle, and then eventually find stillness. So nice tall spine. Find a sense of grounding through your sit bones or just in the way you are sitting. See if you can feel kind of a heaviness in your lower body, grounding, rooting down. And then lengthen your spine, your side bodies, draw up through the crown of your head. See if you can feel even a little more length in the back of your neck. So maybe just the slightest tuck of your chin down towards your chest. Be intentional with how and where you place your hands. Either close your eyes or lower and soften your gaze. And just simply be here for a moment, sitting without needing to do anything. To let go of what comes next and just feel yourself sitting, breathing, Notice what's there. Simply just pay more attention. Next time you inhale, intentionally fill up as big as you can. And as you fill up, see if maybe you can take up more space, sit up taller, hold. Open your mouth and then great big sigh, let it go. Ah, good. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, fill up. All the way down into your belly and your pelvis. All the way up into the crown of your head. Big sigh when you're ready, release. Ah. Very nice. Last time, just like that biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Fill up with prana, with life force. Hold. Maybe there's an extra sip or even 2 extra sips you can find. And then big sigh out your mouth, release. Good job, friends. Seal your lips now. And start to drop into your ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. You're using the same muscles in the back of your throat that you use when you whisper, when you hum, when you gasp. So see if you can start to create that little constriction in the back of your throat with those muscles. And just use it to regulate your breath, to slow it down and smooth it out. See if you can really hear it as it flows through the back of your throat. It sounds much like a whisper, or even an ocean wave. So use that sound as an anchor to keep you present. So when you are present, when you are focusing on your inhale and exhale as it is happening, everything else, all the chaos in your life for now, it just gets to kind of fall away. So feel into this moment, feel into your breath. Just that simple rise and fall, expansion, contraction. And as you are ready, take your breath with you, come forward to hands and knees. And let's move right into thread the needle pose today. So bring your knees at least hips width distance apart. Take your right arm out to the right, reach it all the way up towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale to thread it through. So reach through as far as you can and then gently rest down on the outside of your shoulder and head. Be here for about 4 or 5 breaths. Big and spacious inhales into your back body. See if you can create more space in between your shoulder blades and in between your back ribs. You can work it in any way, explore it in any way you'd like. Last couple rounds. Nice job, friends. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, bring your left hand back to the ground. And then next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm, reach it out and all the way up one more time, maybe even higher. Exhale, right hand down. Take about 3 big clockwise circles with your hips. So hips go all the way over to the right, all the way back towards your heels, all the way over to the left, and then as far forward as feels good for you without hurting your low back. So just be very aware as you go around and feel whatever's there. If there are spaces that feel particularly tight, you want to get curious, you want to stay and kind of work back and forth for a moment, feel free. Good job, you guys. And then slowly start to find your way back to neutral. And again, knees at least hips width distance apart. So adjust if you need to. And we'll just take our left arm out and up. Inhale. Exhale to thread it through. So reach, 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 and then come down gently. Big, spacious back body breath. And you can work it on this side any way you'd like. Doesn't necessarily have to be what you did on the other side. Soften through your face, through your forehead, through your jaw. And just a couple more rounds on this side. Notice whatever there is to notice, feel whatever there is to feel. See if you can get out of judgment and simply just observe, just take in information. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, set it back down. And then next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm, reach out and up as high as you can, gaze up. Exhale, left hand to the ground. And same thing we did before, but go the other way. So counterclockwise circles with your hips. And if you want to get more creative, feel free. If you want to get curious, go back and forth. Anything goes. You're just feeling into your body. And from here, we'll eventually find our way back to down dog. So in your own time, in your own way, downward facing dog is our destination. Good job, you guys. Back in your down dog, give yourself a few rounds of breath to just feel into it. So pedal out your heels, shift your weight from side to side. You might notice, how does it feel if your big toes are touching? How does it feel if your feet are really wide all the way out of the width of your mat? What feels best in your body? Maybe somewhere in between the two. You might notice, how does it feel to bend your knees a lot and even lift to your toes? Can you find more length that way from your fingertips all the way up to your hips? Or do you get more out of the pose when you work your heels towards the ground and try to straighten your legs? As you try to straighten your legs, do you roll onto the outer edges of your feet, or can you really root down into your big toe marks? So many little things to notice. So many little adjustments that you can make. Adjustments I wouldn't even notice if I'm looking at you, but you feel them in your own body. So that's yoga. That's the practice. Constantly tuning in and refining. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. You guys look great. As you exhale, gaze forward, and however you want to get there, forward fold, top of your space. Once you have arrived, go straight into your halfway lift position. So stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward, pause, bring your feet at least hips width distance apart if they're not there already. All of your toes face directly forward. Bend your left knee a lot. Bring your left hand to the ground or a block, right arm to the sky. So twist. Keep your right leg as straight as you can and stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot. Imagine somebody is putting their hand in the crease of your right hip and pulling back. Crown of your head reaches forward. So you're going to halfway lift with a twist rather than a forward fold with a twist. Take one more big deep breath. Nice, Laura. Very end of your exhalation. Let it go and switch to the other side. So right knee bends now. Right hand on the ground or a block. Left arm to the sky. Press down through inner edge of left foot especially, and drag your left hip towards the back wall. Twist from your center right underneath your rib cage. So use your strong core. Nice, Jill. Soft face, long spine. One more big deep breath. Work your twist. End of your exhalation, release, and just take a nice easy ragdoll. Either grab opposite elbows or hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, give the back of your neck some traction. See if you can sway or bounce or bob a little bit. So let your upper body let go. Just be heavy. Feel that connection to your center, like there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and you're a ragdoll, you're hanging from it. So you're dangling. Breathe. Nice, Cam. One more round here. Nice, Kate. Inhale to a halfway lift. So realigning one more time. Exhale, release and fold. And let's take it all the way up. Rise. Arms to the sky. Breathe in. Stretch tall. Hands to heart. Exhale. Flow for just a moment with your breath. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, slow dive. Hinge at your hips all the way down and fold. Nice, Brooklyn. Halfway lift position. Inhale, back of your neck is long. Listen, exhale, plant your hands, feet back. plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up. You're welcome to come to knees if you'd like. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, you choose baby cobra or full cobra. So stay low or come up higher. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a great big inhale into your dog pose. Push the ground away. We're going to keep moving. Exhale, look to the top of your space. Step or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Nice, Mike. Rise all the way up. High mountain at the top. So big full body stretch. Hands to heart. Exhale. One more time, just like that. Sun salutation A. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive down. See if you can use the entire length of your inhale to find your halfway lift. So lengthen, almost like a wave-like motion in your spine as you lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. This time, keep that exhale going if you can. Lower down, chaturanga. So good. Inhale, peel your heart open, back bend of your choice. And back to down dog as you exhale. Good. Great big inhalation. Push the ground away. Nice lily. Exhale, gaze forward, feet to the top of your space. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice, Amber. Exhale, release, let it go. Empty out, connect to center and rise. Arms reach up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Beautiful, everybody. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause, interlace your fingers and steeple your index fingers. So see if you can press your palms together, and rather than bending your elbows, get your arms as straight as you can so your biceps squeeze your ears. Notice if your ribs are coming forward. If so, see if you can neutralize. Notice if you're doing the opposite. If your tailbone is tucked under way too much. So find neutral. Imagine hugging a block with your inner thighs, or you can bring your big toes together to touch and squeeze your legs. One more inhale, get taller. As you exhale, hips go towards the windows, upper body goes towards the right side of the room. So like a crescent moon shape with your body. Make sure your left shoulder stays back and down. So bicep next to your ear rather than next to your cheek. See if you can breathe more length. Nice, Cam, into your left side. You guys look so good. Take one more deep breath. See if there's any more space you can find. Make your arms long, strong, and powerful. Press your palms if you can. Inhale back to center, realign. Other side as you exhale. So think hips first and then upper body. Yes, amazing. Nice, CC. So make your arms powerful. Squeeze them next to your ears. Breathe into your right side. Feel the strength that holds you in your left side abdominals. You guys look so good. More weight in your right foot. If you want, you can even reach your left tiptoes out to the left. Take one last breath. Thanks, Rose. Inhale back to center. And then as you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Shoulders roll back and down. See if you can maybe reach your hands back and then maybe lift your heart up. Just make it come from mid and upper back. You might press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more big inhale. Good, nice, Jill. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips all the way down into your fold with your fingers interlaced. If it feels better, bend your knees a lot. Maybe take your feet out a little bit wider. Let your neck relax, head heavy. You can give it a little shake or a little nod. Nice, Kirsten. Use your strong core to lift your butt, lift your sit bones. Use the mobility in your shoulders, lift your knuckles. One more in-breath. Good job. Exhale, bring your hands to low back and gently release your clasp. Let your arms hang down. Maybe give your head a little shaky shake. Reconnect to Ujjayi, and next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank. Pause in your plank pose. One arm at a time, lower to your forearm. So keep your core really strong and lower down to forearm plank. Yes. If possible, Keep your forearms parallel with your palms facing down, and especially press into thumbs and index fingers. That feels like a little too much. You can make a tripod instead. Draw your belly button in and up. Keep your hips level with your shoulders and feel your breath in your back body. Yes, so strong. Nice, Erica. All right, from here, imagine that invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it starts to pull straight up. Walk your toes in towards your elbows, dolphin pose. So lift your hips as high as you can. Imagine you're trying to press your heart back as you lift your hips up. Stay in dolphin for about 3 deep breaths. Yes, hug in with your elbows and your upper arms. Relax your neck. Your neck does not need to strain to hold you. Use your strong inhales, spacious inhales, create buoyancy. Use your exhales to connect you to your center. One last round. You got this. So nice. Nice, Paul. Let it all go and come down and rest. So child's embryo or heroes. You choose what feels best. And just take a moment. Let your shoulders relax. Breathe into your low back. In your next couple breaths, downward facing dog. All right. From your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And then just for fun, you don't have to do this, but see if you can bring your left hand about halfway back and come up to your left fingertips. So kind of like a chaturanga with your left arm, but you're on your left fingertips. Keep your hips square, hugging with your inner thighs. You can stay here or see if you can even lift your left hand off the ground, maybe reach it back and up. So you're balancing on right hand, left foot. Hug towards midline, breathe. Woo! All right, back to three-legged dog, left hand on the ground. Inhale and just stretch. You can open your hip if you want. Exhale, right knee towards left elbow or as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right to right. Get as high as you can on your right arm. Aim for your armpit. Yes, inhale, back up. Very nice. And then exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly and step forward, low lunge. Nice. So rise up, crescent lunge. Take your time. Awesome. So strong through your legs. Front hip draws back, back hip drags forward energetically. And as you do that, if you do that, automatically you get the engagement we want to get in our lowest, deepest abdominals, our transverse. So it's that little tone in your belly that supports low back. Take one more inhale into crescent, and then bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, steeple index, start to create that side body stretch. Keep pulling right hip back, left hip forward, and then keep your left shoulder plugged into the socket, keep it back and down. Make your arms as long as you can. Press your palms together if you can. Breathe into your left side. All the way down to the front of your left hip. One last round. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let your hands come down. Set your back knee on the ground gently. And if you need extra cushion, you can fold over the side of your mat. Moving into half splits. So your hips can either come to your back heel, like a half screaming toe pose with your back foot, or you can keep your hips up higher. Work your front leg straight, flex your right toes. Yeah, see if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex. And then press down through your heel and energetically try to drag your heel back towards your body. So imagine you're trying to stick your right butt cheek out behind you and then reach your heart forward, forehead towards shin, nose toward knee. Navel towards spine at the bottom of each exhale. You can work the pose however you want for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Good. Nice job, everybody. All right, friends, end of your next exhale. Come back into a low lunge. So slowly, just ease your way back. And then lift your back knee off the ground. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot and walk your right foot out to the width of your yoga mat. So you can either keep your hips lifted and lower your heart towards the ground. If you take this variation, sometimes I like to kind of rock forward and back a little bit. You could also bring your back knee down again, lower your hips, lift your heart up. So you choose which one of those, or you can do a little bit of both. Just feeling into your legs, feeling into your hips, breathing into it. You guys are doing awesome. About 3 more rounds. This is uncomfortable. Let it be uncomfortable for 3 breaths. Soften around it. Tell your body with your big deep breaths, I know you're uncomfortable, but I'm right here. I got you. One last round. Exhale out your mouth if you want. All right, come back up to your hands or your fingertips, and then walk your right foot back to midline. If your back knee's on the ground, lift it back up again. And then you're just going to step your back foot forward, nice and easy, forward fold. From your forward fold, let's take a halfway lift, realign. And then exhale, fold. Bring your left foot either behind your right foot, so like you're on a balance beam. If you were here on Tuesday, we did this pose a lot. So left toes behind right heel, or you could cross your left foot behind right. So your feet would be crossed, and you want to put more weight on your left foot, your back foot. With more weight on your left foot, pull your left hip back and see if you can walk your hands over to the right or even off the right edge of your mat. Yeah, you can take a block with you if you want. I always like a block in this pose, kind of just brings the ground closer. Let your neck relax so your neck does not need to strain. Left hip draws back, more weight in your left foot. Breathe up your left leg, or excuse me, up your left side body and down your left leg. Take one last breath. Very nice. Come back to center, back to midline with your hands. Keep your legs the way they are for a little longer. Halfway lift position. So a little bit of a balance challenge, just a little different. Stick your butt out. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way up to stand. Pause here, interlace your fingers, steeple index. All right, keeping your legs as they are, or you can intensify it by bringing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. We're gonna take a side body stretch. You can bend your front knee a bit if you're in this variation. If you're on a balance beam, more weight in your back foot as you reach. So really working that line down your left side. So good, you guys look awesome. Take one last round. And inhale back to center. Exhale, just bring your arms down by your side. So stand in mountain pose for a moment. And if you want to, you can even move a little bit. Roll out your shoulders, roll your head around. Close your eyes and see if you can just feel more into your energetic body. Feel into the prana flowing through. Eventually, if you're not already standing in stillness in mountain pose, find stillness. So root through your feet, draw up through the crown of your head. Broaden through your collarbones. Stay as you are, fill up as big as you can. Hold in fullness, maybe an extra sip. Open your mouth, let it go. Ah, good job. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Exhale, take your slow dive down. Good breathing, halfway lift position. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank, pause in plank. And again, one arm at a time, come to your forearm plank, strong through your core. So in forearm plank, your hips are level with shoulders. Draw your belly button in and up. Breathe into your back body. Back of your neck is long, gaze down. Good, Brooklyn, super strong. If you can, forearms parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, and especially press into your inner wrist, your thumbs and your index. If you need to, totally fine. Create a tripod. Don't let your elbows drift apart. Dolphin pose. Start to crawl your toes in. Lift your hips up. Use your core. Use your breath. Awesome, Erica. So your heart presses back. Your hips lift high. Relax your neck. Soften your face. Just about 3 more. If there's any way you want to play or explore, feel free. See if you can find a way to be here without feeling like every part of you is fighting. So where is that softness? Where is that sweetness? Can you hone in on your breath and use it to support you? Last round, you got this. You guys look so strong. And bottom of your exhale, let it all go. Knees down, take a rest. Child's embryo, heroes, or anything else that calls to you. And downward facing dog, next couple of breaths. All right. From your down dog, inhale your left leg to the sky. You're more than welcome to stay in your regular 3-legged dog. If you want to play for a moment, hug in with your inner thighs, square off your hips, and bring your right hand about halfway back. Lift up to your right fingertips. So just see if you can get lighter on your right hand first. Find your center. Feel your strong core. Feel your strong left shoulder, and maybe start to lift your right hand up and back. Awesome, you guys. Nice, Amber. One more inhale. Back to regular 3-legged down dog. So both hands on the ground, adjust however you need to. If you want to, you can open your hip. Might feel nice. Take one more in-breath here. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Push the ground away and a little twist. Inhale, re-extend. Lengthen. You can open your hip if you want. Exhale, left to left. Aim for your armpit. Yes. Inhale, nice self. Back up. And then everybody, knee to your nose, round your spine, scoop out your belly, step forward softly. Good. Crescent lunge. Strong foundation through your legs. So especially since we're going to work a side body stretch here, we really want to find our strong legs are hugging towards center. So inner thighs hug in, low abdominals tone. One more inhale. As you exhale, interlace your fingers, steeple index, and take it to the left towards the windows. So keep drawing your left hip back. Keep squeezing through your inner thighs. Keep your right shoulder back and down. So bicep next to ear rather than next to cheek. Long through your arms. Breathe down your right side. One more round. See if there's any more space you can find. Nice, Mike. Inhale, back to crescents. And exhale, hands to the ground. Back knee comes down gently. Half splits, half Hanumanasana. So hips all the way to your back heel. You can add that half screaming toe pose with your right foot, or you can keep your hips a bit higher. Flex through your left toes. Press down through your left heel, and energetically try to drag your left heel back towards your body. Nice, Kirsten. So it's like you're trying to stick your left butt cheek out and reach your heart past your knee. It won't happen, but go with that intention. Awesome, Rose. You can work it in your own way. Feel into it. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice, Jill. All right, bottom of your next exhale. Come back to a low lunge position. Bring your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out to the width of your mat. If you want to keep your knee down and go for that variation where hips work towards the ground and your heart lifts up, awesome. Or you can lift your knee, you can lift your hips, you can bring your heart closer to the ground and maybe just kind of rock a little back and forth. Any other variations you want to take are more than welcome. Just be here with your body and all the sensations in it with those big deep breaths. If this is so uncomfortable, remember it's only temporary. You're only taking a few breaths. You've got this. Soften with your exhales. Ah, nice job. Last couple. So good, you guys. All right, if you're not already on your hands or your fingertips, lift back up. And then walk your left foot back to midline. Lift your back knee if it's on the ground and just step your back foot forward. So you're in a forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, fold. Cross this time, right foot behind. So either right toes behind left heel or right foot all the way across. Put a little more weight or even a lot more weight in your right foot, your back foot. Pull your right hip back and start to crawl your hands over to the left just a bit. You might take a block with you. Pull your right hip back as you walk your hands over to the left. So you're lengthening your right side body, breathing down the length of your right leg. Yeah, very nice. Good work. Soft face, soft jaw. Let go with your neck. One last round. Keep your legs as they are, but walk your hands back to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A little balance challenge as you rise up all the way to stand. Arms reach up, interlace fingers, steeple index. And keep your legs as they are. Just make sure your hips are both facing straight forward, or you can reach your right toes off the left edge of your mat, that little bend in your left knee. So working a side body stretch as long as you can get through your right side. Good. Yes. So nice. If you're on a balance beam, a little more weight in your right foot, your back foot. Breathe into your right waistline. Last round. Reach through your arms, your index fingers. Nice, Brooklyn. Inhale, back to center, both feet on the ground. And then exhale, let your hands come down. Anything you want, roll it out, shake it out, or just stand. And then eventually come to stillness, mountain pose, arms by your sides. Rooted through your feet, drop through the crown of your head. Close your eyes, feel yourself standing from the inside. Feel your slow, deep breaths flowing through. Stay as you are, breathe in as big as you can, hold in that fullness. And when you are ready, open your mouth and let it go. Ah. All right, inhale, reach up. Listen, exhale, hands behind your back, interlace fingers. And this time, we're going to sit back into a chair pose. So reach your hands back if you can, and then bend your knees and sit back. I know it feels super awkward to have your arms behind you. See if you can just be with that awkwardness. Weight in your heels. Lift your heart, but as you lift your heart, notice if you completely let go with your belly. Draw your belly button back towards your spine so you feel your strong center. Yes, take one more inhale. Keep your clasp forward, fold, exhale. So think crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Hold here for just a couple more breaths. Work that opening in the front of your shoulders. Let your neck relax. Awesome, Cam. Really nice. One more big in breath. Good, Kate. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang. Give them a little shaky shake. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Listen. Right hand is your base. So from your plank pose, right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of right foot for side plank. If you want to come down to right knee or forearm, totally fine with me. If you are on the outer edge of your foot, imagine your karate kicking the ground with the outer edge of your foot. Lift your hips high. Maybe left arm forward. Find that length in your left side. Yes, maybe left leg floats up even. Awesome work. One last big deep breath. So strong. Slow transition through plank to the other side. Left hand is your foundation. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Good, good, good. Use your strong left side abdominals, those oblique muscles. Any variation you want to take, right arm forward, right leg floats up, tree pose. Love it. Last big deep breath. Feel everything there is to feel, all that strength, and then come back to plank or modified. Nice, Jill. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Slowly lower to your belly. Let's take Spider-Man Cobra. Hands out wide on the hardwood floor, up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Lift your heart. Exhale, take a little twist to your right. Inhale through center, lift your heart, tone your belly. It's like a micro shoulder pigeon, twist to your left, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale through center, either one more time each way, or if you want to take a different heart opener, fine with me. And then end up eventually just in a child's pose. Sit back and rest. All right, from child's pose, just find hero's pose, so kneeling meditation, or if that doesn't work for you, any other position, any other seated position is fine. I'm just gonna do a little demo. So if you can't see me where you're at, feel free to do whatever you need to. You can stand up if you need to see me. So this is from Forest Yoga. I love, hate Forest Yoga. I have mixed feelings, but I really like, this is called dolphin strut. So going from dolphin pose, which we've already been practicing, and the reason why I encourage these arms instead of these arms is because then once we get to stuff like this, you have the strength here in your shoulders and you know how to press. So what typically happens in dolphin is people want to do this. Like this is what tends to happen because we don't have the strength. So the more we can learn to press through here, keep the strength there, then the stronger our dolphin's going to be when we start to move into these different variations, when we want to take a hand, arm off the ground or a foot off the ground or something like that. And also for forearm stand. So forearm stand, we don't want to be here kicking up. We want to be here kicking up, right? So it's just to get us ready to move on. So if you're like, I never really want to do anything else, I just want to be in dolphin, and you want to stay here, that's fine. I don't care. All right. So if you want to try it, your forearms will have to start like this. So elbows no wider than shoulders. So we can't start here or we're already collapsed. So elbows in, forearms parallel, and I'm really trying to keep these two fingers pressing down. So dolphin pose, and then I'm going to walk my feet out. I have really tight hamstrings and I can't get my heels down. So you can totally do this even if you can't get your heels down. I'm going to walk my feet out wide, and then I'm going to take my left hand back to grab my left ankle. And this can be where you stay. Or from here, my really strong right shoulder, connect to my center. I'm gonna lift this leg up. Dolphin struts. Ta-da! And that's all it is. I probably made it look super easy, but it's actually really hard. No, I'm just kidding. But that's where we're going. So, and I'll give you stopping points. And if you just want to stay in a regular dolphin, fine with me, okay? Any questions? Okay, let's do it. So go ahead and set your dolphin up. So come down to your forearms. I'll give you some music, so if you grunt or anything, it'll be just fine. All right, forearms parallel if you can, palms face down, fingers spread wide. Then as you're ready, just lift your knees, lift your hips, dolphin. Okay, so from your dolphin, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. And if you can walk them in a little closer, walk them in a little closer, lift your hips even higher. Take your left hand back to grab your left ankle, just the outside of your ankle, nothing special. Left hand, left ankle. Yeah, good. Now find your strong core, feel your strong right shoulder, and maybe extend your right leg up. Right? It's so much harder than I made it look, I know. I was impressed with myself, honestly. Good job, you guys. Awesome. If you're there, see if you can breathe, maybe a couple deep breaths, holding. So hug in, that's the trick. Strong right shoulder. And as my friend James Hardy likes to say, when the love is lost, you can bring it back down and just come back to rest in child's embryo, puppy. I'm going to move us through a vinyasa before we take the other side, just to kind of reset. So after a couple breaths in child's embryo, puppy, downward facing dog, and just walk out your dog. Big, huge inhale into your down dog. Exhale, gaze forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, top of your space. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow. All the way up, big stretch, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart, and let's keep it flowing. Inhale, high mountain. Let's add a little baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms, curl open. Hug in with your inner thighs. Inhale, re-extend. And then all the way down as you exhale, slowly dive. Very nice. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga, however you want to take it. Back bend of your choice, lift your heart. Nice, Paul. And then tabletop, setting up for the other side. One last hurrah. So come down to forearms, opposite elbows, if that helps. Grab them and then extend forearms so they're parallel. Press through inner wrists, thumbs and index fingers, relax your neck. As you're ready, just come into your dolphin. Lift your knees, lift your hips. So walk your toes in as close as you can and then walk your feet out wide. Yes, yes, yes. If you can press your right heel down, awesome. If you can't, totally fine. Take your right hand back this time to grab your right ankle. Right hand, right ankle. Right hand, right ankle. Yeah, so you see that works too. And then maybe left leg extends up. Amazing. Hug in towards midline. Keep your left shoulder super strong. Awesome, Mike. If you're there, see if you can be there for at least a couple breaths. Find some sense of just holding and stabilizing, even amidst that shakiness. Good job. If you're still playing, keep playing. If the love is lost, take a rest. Child's embryo, puppy, heroes. Just feel whatever there is to feel. These poses that are really difficult, I used to do them a lot. I thought they were really fun. And I do them a lot less these days just because I feel like I hurt myself more than I get out of the pose. So just know that even if you never do an arm balance in yoga, even if you never do dolphin strut, even if you never do a handstand, doesn't mean anything about the kind of yogi you are. That is something completely different. I say they're party tricks. Find a downward facing dog as you're ready. So it's all about what we learn on the way there, what we learn from falling and getting back up, trying again. What we learn when we're injured. You're so much more aware of your body when you're injured. So that's the practice, is tuning in and doing what is right for you over and over again, day after day. Take one more big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step or float forward, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet all the way to stand. Arms reach up, big stretch. Listen, hands to your hips. Right foot stays where it's at. Step your left foot back a foot or two for pyramid. So I like my feet on 2 train tracks, all 10 toes face forward. Traditionally, feet are on a balance beam with your back foot at a slight angle, like a 30-degree angle. So whatever works best for you, square hips is what we're going for. Arms to the sky, inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Feel your inner thighs really squeeze. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your front foot, but pull your front hip back. Take one more round of breath and see if you can use your core to twist just a tiny bit further. Keep your legs as they are. Unwind, inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, slow dive all the way down into pyramid. So Right hip pulls back, right butt cheek lifts up as you fold. Forehead toward chin, nose toward knee, navel toward spine. Hands can rest wherever you want, on blocks, on the ground, or maybe you keep them on your hips. Nice job. So right butt cheek up, 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 back, back, back. Try to get your right quad muscle to fire as you stretch the back of your leg. Good job, friends. Take just about 2 more breaths, working your pose. All right, end of your next exhale. This is gonna feel a little bit weird. So hands or fingertips to the ground, and you're just gonna step your front foot back to meet your back foot. So you'll be in a forward fold somewhere near the middle of your mat. Front foot back, forward fold somewhere in the middle of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift position, lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet all the way to stand, rise. Arms to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, again, hands to your hips. Step your right foot back a foot or 2, pyramid stance. So however you like it, hips square, arms to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, twist towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your front foot as you draw your hip back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Twist from your center. So feel your core and use it to work the twist. Broaden through the front of your shoulders. Reach through fingertips like you have great big wings. Last round. Good job. Inhale, unwind just your upper body. Legs don't move. Arms to the sky. And then exhale, slow dive all the way down. Fold. Forehead toward chin, nose toward knee. Left butt cheek pulls up, up, up. And then use your left quad muscle. See if you can get it to fire. Press back through the top of your left thigh. Use every exhalation to dive just a tiny bit deeper. So I don't need to see it, but you feel it on the inside. Slow, spacious breaths. About 2 more. Nice work, friends. Take your next exhale all the way to emptiness. And then just like we did before, root into your back foot and step your front foot back. You'll be somewhere near the back of your mat in a forward fold. From there, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands forward until you're in a plank position. So top of a push-up. Inhale at the top of your push-up, push the ground away. Exhale all the way to your belly, lower all the way down and pause. We'll take shoulder pigeon. Reach your right arm straight out to the right with your palm facing the ground, and then roll up onto your right side. Left foot can come down behind you like a little kickstand, or there are different variations. Personally, I like sometimes to take hand to big toe, extend your left leg up. Make sure you can rest your head down either on the ground or on a block or a sweatshirt or something. So make sure you're not straining through your neck. The first priority is your right shoulder. Breathe into it. Soft face, soft jaw. About 3 more. See if you can take one last breath and make it the biggest breath you've taken this whole time. Slowly ease your way back to your belly. And for just a moment, turn your head the opposite direction. Do whatever feels good with your arms. And just kind of rock your hips a little bit from side to side. Or even windshield wiper your shins from side to side. And then move into shoulder pigeon on your left. So your head is already facing the right direction. Left arm extends out, palm face down, roll up on the left side. Nice, Jill. So again, make sure your head can relax either on the ground or a block, maybe a sweatshirt. Any variation you want to take, it does not have to be the same necessarily. Make sure wherever you choose to go, your breath can move freely. It can be big and spacious. For some reason, when I'm in this pose and I take really deep breaths, a lot of times the top of my inhale kind of gets shaky. So listen to whatever's there, make little adjustments. Feel into your own body today in this moment. Take about 3 or 4 more rounds. And as you feel pretty much even on both sides, come back to center. Just like we did before, for a moment, turn your head the other way and either just breathe down into your low back or rock your hips, windshield wiper your shins. We're going to take one more big belly back bend. So if you've got your shins lifted, set them back on the ground. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms face up. Turn your forehead to face the ground. Exhale all your air out. And as you inhale, locust pose. Lift everything. Lift your chest, lift your arms, lift your legs. You can stay right here, or you can interlace your fingers, maybe even take your full floor bow, bend your knees, reach back, grab hold of ankles or tops of feet. Everybody, inner thighs squeeze in to stay out of your low back. If you have your feet, kick feet into hands, pull hands back into feet, lift your heart higher. Inner thighs hug in, hug in, hug in. Heart lifts up, up, up. Breathe down into your belly. One last round. Nice, Erica. And let it go. You can either stay on your belly, same as we've been doing, little shimmy of your hips, windshield wiper your shins, or it might feel really nice to rise to hands and knees. Take some cat-cows or hip circles, or even just child's pose it out. And then eventually, in about your next 3 to 5 breaths, everybody downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Ujjayi breath. Keep it going just a little bit longer. All right. From your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky and open your right hip. Stay here and breathe here, or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind, right arm forward, or right hand behind your head. Imagine your heart wants to look at this front wall. Lift your hips, breathe down into your belly. Last big, huge breath. Amazing, friends. Come back to a 3-legged down dog, and everybody square off your hips. So if you need to, you can set your right leg down and then re-extend. When you're ready, pigeon pose. Right shin forward, come down gently. Good. Pull your front hip back, back hip forward, just like we do in crescent, just like we do in pyramid. So build the structure and then start to bow and soften. Good, everyone. Be here for about 5 breaths. Right hip draws back and up as your heart goes forward and down. You're gonna hate me, but here you go. So bring your back knee closer, closer actually. Yeah, and focus on pulling this back. Keep that like that. Yeah. So try not to let your butt touch the ground. Good job. And if you want, you can bring your knee up a little wider too. Soften your face. Soften your shoulders. Soften your heart. Front, back, sides. Take about 2 more huge breaths. And then slowly, friends, see if you can find your way back to a 3-legged down dog. So maybe you just plant your hands, tuck your back toes, take your right leg back and up. Or some other way you want to get there, fine with me. You can give your right leg a little shaky shake. And then, guess what? We're going for full splits. So bring your right foot to the top of your mat, low lunge. And you can either stick with half splits. If you're like, no, thank you on the full splits, just do your half splits again, totally fine. Otherwise, you can start to work your back knee back, but continuously check in so that you're not, I can be in the splits if I let my hips open and it's just like sloppy, but you want hips square as you work closer to the ground. So you're continuously hugging in and then going further, hugging in. Good, good. And you can use blocks under your hands if it helps. See if you can flex your front toes, even if you're in the full splits. Flex them back, press down through your heel, and pull back. I know it makes it so much harder. Good job. Wherever you're at, about 3 more. If you're in full splits and you're hugging in towards midline, you might even play around with lifting your heart high and reaching your arms up. That's how much structure you want to feel in your legs. So good. Nice, Amber. See if you can take one last huge breath. And this is like hard to get out of sometimes. So you can get out however you want. You can come back to a low lunge, or maybe you just kind of flop your hips to the side, however you want to do it. Downward facing dog. If you want to go through a vinyasa to get back to down dog, feel free. Once you're back in your dog pose, just walk it out. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Open your hip, bend your knee. Great place to stay, or option to flip. Left foot comes down behind, left arm forward, left hand behind head. Nice, Laura. Lift your hips. See if you can really let your heart open and look at this front wall. Yes. Breathe down into your belly, back muscles strong. Last round. And come back, 3-legged dog. Square off your hips, extend your left leg high. When you're ready, pigeon. So structure first, stability first, integrity, and then soften. So especially if you can just plop into pigeon, your left butt cheek is on the ground, no problem. Then stabilization, building that strong structure is the practice in pigeon for you. You're already flexible enough, so start to build the stability. Use your big, deep breath. About 3 or 4 more. Side out your mouth if you want. And eventually start your transition back to 3-legged down dog and give your left leg that nice little shaky shake. Shaky shake, shaky shake. And you know where we're going. Grand hurrah, 1 more split. So left foot forward. And then work your way either into half splits or towards full splits. Brooke's like, oh, never coming back to this class. I love you. This is a hard class for sure. So continuously hugging in and then going deeper, hugging in. And again, if you get to that point where you're in your deepest splits, you want to try lifting up, taking your hands into the air, lifting your heart. So you got to have enough stability to take your hands off the ground. See if you can flex your front toes. Nice, Jill. See if you can flex your front toes and pull back with your front hip. Take just a couple more breaths. I haven't taught this pose for like years, I feel like, so you made it on the best day. All right, you don't have to come out gracefully, just however you want to get back to one last down dog. So maybe a three-legged dog, maybe just plop to one side and then find your way back. But eventually just walk it out in your down dog one last time. Or if child's pose sounds better, fine with me. Take a child's pose instead. And for one last moment, just feel whatever there is to feel, all that length and space you've created, all the strength if you're in down dog. And then however you want to get there, friend, start to make your way down onto your back, and you can face whichever direction you would like. You can get there however you'd like. Once you're on your back, just gently draw your knees in and rock side to side. After a few rocks, supine spinal twist of your choice, let your legs fall to either side and take about 5 breaths on each side. If you haven't switched to the other side, do so in your next couple rounds. When you feel pretty much even on both sides, come back to center and choose any inversion you would like for about 5 to 10 breaths. If you want, you can take a couple different variations. And after about 5 to 10 breaths or somewhere in there, ease your way out of your inversion. Find a happy baby pose. You might rock a little bit in happy baby. You might extend one or both legs. And if there are any other poses, any other movements, stretches that you want to take for your own practice, just to complete your own practice for you, feel free. Give yourself about 5 to 10 more breaths to settle in to your final relaxation. And then as you slowly transition into your Shavasana, I'll read a poem by Mary Oliver. It's one of my favorites. It's called Mysteries, Yes. Truly, we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity, while we ourselves dream of rising. How two hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, look, and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. So these last few moments, just let your body be a wide open space for mystery. So just feeling the vibrations, the sounds, the frequencies, and letting whatever wants to flow through, flow through. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And just start to wiggle. Wiggle through fingers, toes. Maybe a big full body stretch would feel nice. As you're ready, roll to either side. Just a nurturing fetal position. And take one last moment as you rest on your side, just really letting everything absorb in, all the energy from your practice, from that sound bath. And then ease your way up into seated meditation, facing towards the front of the room. And we'll just seal our practice, close our practice together with one big Om. So hands to heart center. Exhale, empty out, clear your throat if you need to. And breathe in your voice. Open your mouth nice and wide. Thank you so much for being here and letting me guide you. Namaste. Yay. Ooh, she's getting good stuff. Yeah. Thank you, friends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great rest of your Thursday.